How's it everyone? Welcome to another RF Crypto video. Today we're going to speak about the general market as usual. We're going to look at what coins went up, what coins went down, and how the market is performing in general. We are going to also see why Dogecoin has seen a recent rally of 14% in the last 24 hours. Also how crypto option markets are starting to have material impact on the spot market. A little bit about Mark Cuban's investments into crypto. Tether's ability to freeze wallets in USDT. And how South Korean regulators want to put some crypto exchange chiefs behind bars for scam. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the markets today are almost 2.5% down. Bitcoin is down by almost 3%, Ethereum the same, Solana's down by 3.5%. Everything's basically down except for Near, which is up by 6%. This is following the news that there are a lot of new developments going on in Near, and the fact that most people think that Near is undervalued. Also, Doge is up by almost 14%. We're going to speak about that in a minute. But the rest of the market seems down. The market cap is hovering at around $2 trillion at the moment, between 1.99 and 2.08 trillion. Yesterday and the day before, the markets rallied a little bit after inflation figures. It's because the markets had already priced in the higher than expected inflation before by the drop in prices. So when the government announced that the inflation was at 7%, markets weren't surprised and the markets pumped back up because it was exactly what they expected. It's not because the fact that inflation was higher than expected that we should also expect the markets to go down. It's because we expected this to happen at a later date, so we priced it in before. So when the time actually comes for the announcement to be made, it's already been priced in. It shouldn't affect the markets itself, and once expectation aligns with reality, it's actually a good sign. So that's why the markets went up. And the 2.5% decrease today in the general market is just a correction from that temporary pump. It's just some people are taking profits, and 3% isn't really much in the greater scheme of things, especially since crypto is such a risky asset. On Dogecoin news, its 14% surge in the last 24 hours sees short traders lose $8 million after Tesla store edition. Dogecoin short traders lost almost $12 million to liquidations in Asian morning hours as the meme coin surged 14% in the last 24 hours. So these Doge traders who lost this $12 million are mostly short traders betting on the price to go down. But the fact that Tesla went live with Dogecoin payments for merchandise on early Friday, so to purchase belt buckles, whistles, chargers, and quad bikes using the meme coin, sent the price going up by almost 14%. Because the prices went up and these short traders expected the price to go down, it hit its margin calls and their positions were liquidated, and the futures lost $12 million. But because Dogecoin itself is not a highly leveraged product, there are not a lot of traders that trade on Doge futures and options. It didn't have such a material impact on its price. The positive impact of the news that Tesla has accepted payments for its merchandise using Doge outweighed the negative effects of these liquidations. We also have to see that Tesla CEO Elon Musk has also previously lent support to Dogecoin development and adoption even after the meme coin's creators abandoned the project back in 2015. So the original creators of Dogecoin abandoned the project, and it was almost a dying project. It was then purely a meme coin that was being kept alive by traders who probably like dogs. And Elon Musk came in as a savior, and because of his actions, Dogecoin has survived. And in a tweet in May 2021, Musk stated that he was working with Dogecoin developers to improve system efficiency. And in December, Dogecoin Foundation, a non-profit organization that oversees developments on the network, introduced a roadmap for the project's revival and rebrand from a mere joke or meme crypto to a more technical project with use cases. And this is bearing fruit because now it's used as a virtual currency in order to purchase Tesla merchandise. It has a use case now. It's not only a meme coin where people trade it and the price is kept where it is just because people want it to be there. And not only is it used for Tesla merchandise payments, but AMC, an American chain of movie theaters, is now accepting Dogecoin as payment when you're booking your tickets for your movies online. Crypto options market starting to have material impact on the spot market, says QCP Capital, a Singapore-based crypto fund. So there has been a correlation between equities and crypto, and this correlation has been more apparent during the last year. So when the stock market rises, the crypto market rises by a multiplied effect, and when the equity market goes down, the crypto market also goes down by a multiplied effect. Crypto is correlated with the general equity market, but it is more correlated with the high-tech equity. And QCP stated that one reason why Bitcoin is facing some resistance at the $44,000 market is that a whale began taking profit on his $42,000 January calls as Bitcoin drifted towards $44,000. The fact that we think that Bitcoin is decentralized and everyone has a say in the market, it does just prove that it's not true. Whales have a say in the market. If you or I have $1,000 in Bitcoin or $10,000 in Bitcoin and we sell it, the price impact is minimal, given that it's an almost $1 trillion market cap asset. But if a whale begins taking profits on calls, and these are large amounts in the millions or billions, then of course it will have an impact. It's just like stocks. The illusion that it's completely decentralized is just merely an illusion. A few whales basically control the markets, and whenever they trade, it dictates where the markets grow. But option activity will increasingly dictate spot movements as the option market grows. We have seen leverage growing to all-time highs, and these leverage amounts are going to continue to grow, and leverage ratio will continue to go up and reach all-time highs as time goes on. Spot trading will have less of an impact on Bitcoin price, while option trading and futures trading will have more of an impact on the price of Bitcoin. Mark Cuban, the Dallas Maverick owner and a proponent in Shark Tank, said that 80% of his new investments are in crypto. He said that he doesn't focus on the price speculation around cryptos like Bitcoin and Dogecoin, comparing to gamesmanship akin to that of stocks. As I said, in the markets, you have a few whales that control if the price will go up or the price will go down, and this is a gamesmanship that is similar to stocks. One thing I want to point to is that Cuban stated that crypto is decentralized and it is trustless, with token holders having a typically equal vote to determine the direction of each project. Its characteristics that appeal to a billionaire investors. Obviously, he will say this because he's a billionaire investor, and if he invests a large proportion of his wealth into Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, his trades are going to have a say because he will have a large portion of the market cap. And the fact that he stated that token holders have a typically equal vote to determine the direction of each project is not true, because if I invest $1,000 and he invests $1 billion in a project, I don't have an equal say as he has. He has more of a say than I do. Actually, 1 million times more of a say than I do. So this is a bit misleading, but I suppose I see where he's coming from, because most cryptocurrencies are decentralized, but the ones that hold most of the tokens have the most say. That's the truth. He also says that he compares cryptocurrencies to how the internet was in 1995. It is hard to understand and it's a hassle, but 10 years from now, these applications will create their own economy. It will be younger generation that figures out first, and it's innovative. If you look back at the internet, people used to say, oh, it's not going to last, the web is not going to last, this is all hype, and now the whole world is based on the web. It's based on the internet. Like that, cryptocurrency is also seen as similar to the early internet, where people are calling it a scam and it will die out soon, and in a few years' time we might see it dominating the financial markets. Cuban was also a Bitcoin or crypto denialist, with him saying that he would rather have bananas than gold or Bitcoin. Since then, his stance has changed 180. He has been an investor and has backed Polygon. He invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in tokenized carbon offsets and called for more regulations on stablecoins. So you can see all these billionaires that were primarily skeptical. I can see now that they might have been primarily skeptical because they were afraid of cryptos, afraid to disrupt the status quo that made them billionaires. But now they're embracing it because they can see that they can profit from it. On some Tether news, they froze over $150 million in USDT, coming from calls from US regulators. They added 3 more wallet addresses, mostly Ethereum, holding more than 150 million worth of USDT between them to its blacklist. And as a centralized company, yes, Tether is centralized. They're able to blacklist addresses it believes are involved in crime, money laundering, or any single reason they deem fit. In 2021, they added 312 addresses to the blacklist and added 563 since it first did so in November 28, 2017. Tether did not announce why these 3 new addresses were blacklisted. However, it used its power to blacklist address involved in cyber attacks and law enforcement investigations. Following the KuCoin hack in September 2020, Tether froze about $35 million worth of USDT to prevent hackers from capitalizing on the theft. So they haven't disclosed why they blacklisted these 3 new addresses, but most likely it's because of a hack, it's because of money laundering, and it's most likely because a government told them that these people are involved in certain crimes and we need you to blacklist them. And they had to do it because they don't want that kind of reputation going around their company and going around their USDT token. And many people are worried about this because a lack of decentralization is not good, because crypto is all about decentralization and Tether is completely centralized. And this may be a factor that is driving up adoption of the Terra USD or the UST coin, stablecoin from the blockchain Terra. Dogecoin, founder of Terra, tweeted in response to the news of Terra's actions that there was no way to blacklist UST addresses. So UST is decentralized and you cannot blacklist UST addresses in a way that you can with USDT addresses. Prosecutors want to put bogus crypto exchange chiefs behind bars for life in a legal first. There was this crypto exchange, V Global, that was actually a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme that promised investors outlandish profits for recruiting new members to the platform. The investors were told that they would be airdropped the exchange's own coins every time a new token was listed on the platform. But last year, police moved in after a disgruntled group of investors came forward claiming that they were unable to withdraw their funds from the V Global platform. And consumers were also told that they would need to stamp out at least $15,200 in investment to join the exchange, promising them guaranteed threefold rewards in a matter of months. And these are already two red flags, right? Anything that promises you guaranteed returns and anything that promises you returns for recruiting other members, it is a pyramid scheme. It's a MLM scam, and those are the two main red flags. And with the pop-up of so many crypto projects, it's impossible to know which is a scam and which is not. But looking out for these two red flags will help give you an idea of what is a scam and what to avoid. So the 7 alleged ringleaders behind V Global that defrauded over 52,000 investors in South Korea out of $2 billion could be handed life sentences, marking a new legal first for fraudsters operating in the sector. It is extremely rare for prosecutors in financial fraud cases to request life sentences because usually it's in a federal prison that they serve a couple of years and then they're set free on parole. But I think what's happening here is that South Korea wants more regulation in crypto. They want to send a message that fraud in crypto is something that will be heavily penalized. There's so much money flowing into crypto, so the South Korean government want to avoid such schemes from taking place. So giving these 7 ringleaders life sentences and heavy fines between $103,000 and $2 million for senior executives sends a message to any potential fraudsters that if you get caught, and you will get caught, you're going to go to prison for life. It's a very, very huge deterrent for scammers. Usually these scammers, they know, we'll just spend a couple of years in prison and then we can enjoy our money. But spending life in prison, how are you going to enjoy your money? You're not even going to get paroled with life sentences. So South Korea is ramping up on its regulations. It's ramping up on law enforcement in terms of crypto scams. And the fact that they want to set a legislation in place to have secure and solid crypto regulation and blockchain frameworks will probably set it as one of the biggest crypto destinations in East Asia. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button, share the video with your family and friends, and stay tuned for the next video tomorrow. Invest wisely, and cheers.